there, everybody. This
Tavern Talk
is embarrassing.
716.
Yeah, a little embarrassing because we were having a kind of a private conversation, and I didn't realize you were there. This is Tavern Talk 716. I am international best-selling children's author Keith White Jr. It is really late at night.
Early morning.
Early morning. We decided to do something a little different this week. I am, as I said, Keith White. This is
Joe Zullich.
Joe Zullich. I know you're thinking right now, where's Duran? We decided to give Duran a little bit of a probationary break this week after last week's Trump Talk. We try not to do Trump Talk here on Tavern Talk. This is Tavern Talk, not Trump Talk. Thank you very much, Joseph. So this is Joseph Zullich. He is video game enthusiast. He is a Ninja Turtle lover. He is the man, the myth, the legend, and he's here with us this week. So
That's me.
that's him.
I do love turtles. I do love video games.
There you go. You see, I wasn't lying. I was
right.
telling the truth. So, so Joseph, this week on Tavern Talk, we are once again not in a tavern.
We are not in a tavern.
We don't have alcoholic beverages either. So
Yeah, we drink them all.
yeah, they're all gone. Joe is a huge fan of the what is it called? The whiskey that you like?
The Black Label or Blackened Whiskey.
Blackened whiskey, Metallica Blackened whiskey. I've known Joe a long time, and probably over 20 years at this point.
Yeah.
And Joe does not drink. He doesn't drink a lot of alcohol, but you put that Metallica whiskey in front of him, and I've seen him do multiple shots. So
It's tasty.
yeah, he likes it a lot. You put it in front of him, he'll drink it. Other than that, no alcohol. But if we had the whiskey, we'd be doing shots right now. In fact, I did tell him if he came on the show, he had to do shots of Metallica whiskey.
Maybe
And
next time.
It's going to have to be next time because we don't have it this week. So this week's show is going to be a little different than the usual. As you can see, we're sitting out here in front of a porch here. We are not in the bunker underground. We are not on location. We're just doing something a little different. Just thought we'd try something new this week. So, Joseph, what do you got?
Well, I got some new Ninja Turtles this week.
What,
turtles.
like what?
So, NECA is making these really cool lines of Ninja Turtles where they are very, very close to what they look like on the cartoons.
Okay, who's
So
NECA?
NECA is the... I don't know what it stands for.
Well, I'm asking what it stands for. They're a
Something.
toy company, yes?
They're a toy company. They do Kid Robot and a bunch of other fancy toy lines. They actually make Chia Pets.
What is Kid Robot?
Kid Robot is they call it an urban vinyl line, where they're sort of like pop vinyls. They were around before
like pop figures.
They were around a long time before pop, and I don't know, maybe pop got the idea from them, but they're cool. They're different. Yeah.
So anyway, back to you. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I do that from time to time. So anyway, NECA is making Ninja Turtle figures.
They are making really, really cool Ninja Turtles. They made a movie line that looked just like the characters from the movies, and they made this cartoon line that are amazing. And there was a little bit of controversy behind it, because there are a lot of bots that are buying the ones online, and a lot of scalpers that are cleaning up house and trying to get them early. But NECA is doing the right thing, and they're trying to implement anything they can. For they made Tonka and Rezar, the two.
Oh, from Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze movie.
Yeah.
See, I know.
One of my favorites.
I know.
One of my favorites.
I like that because Vanilla Ice.
Ice Ice Baby. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go Ninja, rap.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember we watched that making of video a
Oh
long
my
time ago
God!
on VHS?
On VHS, yes.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles making a video. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Most
Anybody?
of your viewers might not know what
I was
VHS
gonna say most
is.
of the people watching YouTube are like, I don't know what Ninja Turtles 2 is. I don't know what Vanilla Ice is. I don't know what VHS is. I don't know what
Research all these things, please.
VHS
They're very good for you.
before Netflix, before Blu-ray,
Before
DVD. We used to watch these big black boxes that we would put in, and it had tape inside of it, and the movie would be
Magnetic tape.
encoded on the tape. And if you watched it too many times, you'd wear it out, and you'd have to like play with the tracking to fix the picture so it wasn't snowy.
Yep.
And it was awful, but we loved it.
And if a strong magnet got next to it, it was ruining your tape.
Yeah, it would erase it.
They talk about it in Fight Club. It's a very good documentary about ruining videotapes at video stores.
Fight Club is a documentary about ruining videotapes.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that, but that's a main part of the story.
From what I understand, Fight Club is a documentary about ruining videotapes and wieners.
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
there's-
making soap
yeah.
from people's fat.
Yeah, making soap from people's fat.
And
yeah.
also,
And mental health stuff
I would
too.
tell you,
It's very good.
I would tell you what the first rule of Fight Club is. I'm
But
not
you
allowed
can't
to
even
talk
do that.
about that.
Yeah, you
so.
can't even do that.
So, what was the controversy on these naked Ninja Turtle videos? I mean, NECA Ninja
NECA
Turtle
Ninja-
videos.
So the toys. Not
Toys.
The videos. So
Whatever.
they released. They've been releasing them for a while now, and they've
I've been
gotten
drinking for
so
hours.
popular and selling on eBay for 2 to 3, even 5 times what they cost at the store. So these scalpers really taking advantage of like how easy it was to use a bot to buy them,
Mhm.
and so they were selling out within seconds, and none of the fans were getting them. And
So what you're saying is that like somebody was building, just for people who don't know, because the audience we're talking to may not know what bots
what
are.
our bots are.
So
yeah.
now the audience that knows what bots are aren't gonna really know Ninja Turtles, and the audience who
Possible.
knows, we're splitting the audience here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
a
sorry, guys.
bot is really gonna be like a computer program that somebody built that's going to jump onto these
sales immediately and try to buy
before
everything.
real people can
Yeah.
and buy them all up so that someone
Yeah.
can resell them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So NECA took advice from a lot of their fan base to make different implementations to prevent bots from getting them all. So the last line actually took about 10 minutes to sell out, which were mostly humans buying. Because
Okay.
the bots buy them out in seconds, but humans it takes a little more
Sure.
to finish a transaction. So almost everybody that wanted them, that was aware of them, and online in time, which I missed the last run again because I forget about things, they got them.
Well, we're getting old.
Yeah, we are getting old. But the first run where the Metalhead was the big one. Everybody was super excited about Metalhead coming out, which is a Ninja Turtle character. It's a robot that they made to fight the Ninja Turtles, but then he becomes a good guy.
Right.
And helps out
And
the
that's
Ninja
actually the
Turtles.
one I found at Target, right?
Yes.
So for backstory, I was at Target the one day, and I was like, these are cool. I didn't know you were buying these
Yeah.
figures at the time. I just was looking at the shelf, and I was like, man, it's Metalhead. I remember him from when I was a kid, buying Ninja Turtle toys. And I was like, I'm going to send this to Joe, because I know he loves Ninja Turtles. So I sent him
I
a
do
picture,
love Ninja Turtles.
and then like, I don't know, 2 hours later, I'm already like long gone from Target.
It was
You're
a
like-
minute after I got the text.
Okay, which
which
does
is
happen.
frustrating with these cell phone
Right,
networks. That's
which
another.
does
That's
happen.
another episode.
That's,
We'll
yeah, I
talk
was
about
gonna say, that's
that.
a whole other thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like 2 hours later, we're already long gone from the Target. I get a text, you're like, buy all they have.
Yeah, I
I'm
wanted
like, dude,
them.
I'm like at home watching like TV at this point. Like, I'm not going back there.
Yeah.
Like, no offense, but I'm not
Yeah,
going back.
yeah.
So I was like, oh, sorry, dude, I'm already gone. And then you're like, all right, I'll head out there. And you ended up going out and buying them.
I bought everyone they had left on the shelf
All of
because I knew I could trade them to get some of the ones I missed. So I was super excited about that, and I sold one of them for about twice what I paid for it too. So I'm a
all works
scalper,
out.
I
Yeah,
guess.
you're one of the scalpers.
I'm
We're
one of
just
the
talking
dirty,
about the
dirty, filthy
scumbag.
scalpers.
Yeah,
But I
scumbag scalpers.
didn't go through the effort of making a bot and trying to steal all of them. and
You
make a
did it the
fortune.
old-fashioned scalper way.
Yeah, the
you were like,
old-fashioned scalper way.
you weren't like the bot on the internet. You were like the guy outside the Bills game, like, who needs a ticket?
Oh,
who
yeah.
needs a ticket?
Oh,
That
yeah.
was you.
Yeah, and if you
Only
don't know
with
who
turtles.
the Bills are, you shouldn't be watching the show.
The Bills are a football team or
In
whatever.
Buffalo.
Just, you know what you do is you just take your team, whether it's the 49ers or the Rams or
Yeah.
I almost said the Indians, that's baseball. But I guess baseball gets scalpers too.
Yeah,
You're the
baseball.
Browns, but nobody scalp. You know what it was? Is I was thinking Cleveland, but nobody's scalping Browns tickets.
No,
Nobody cares
probably
what's
not.
happened with the Browns, so
No.
nobody's scalping those tickets. But either way, you
We
get
love
what
you,
I'm saying.
Cleveland, but yeah, nobody
Yeah,
cares.
Cleveland rocks, but you know that nobody cares about the Browns. You know as much as we do
Yeah.
here in Buffalo.
Sorry, guys.
So you became one of those scalpers.
Yeah, kind of, but I still have all but one of them. I sold.
Which one don't you have?
I bought 4 of the Casey Jones and Foot Soldier, and it's really cool what they did. So NECA's been releasing a whole bunch of different Foot Soldiers, so you can do different things with them. And this one, so they have a damaged Foot Soldier,
That's a
and the
great
one with
idea.
Casey Jones is slashed in half.
See,
So he lays on the ground in pieces, like Casey Jones just sliced him with
right. See, that's a great
the
idea.
hockey stick.
Because when I was a kid, you'd buy all the Ninja Turtle figures, and it was the Foot Soldier, but
Yeah.
there was just the one.
Yeah.
So like
And
I
they
had him.
they were hard to find.
Oh, see,
I
I
could
had
never
the foot,
find-
I had the Foot Soldier.
I had one, but it wasn't like you were finding 20 in the
I
store to
didn't-
build your Foot Soldier
No, I
army.
didn't want more than
I
one.
wanted to do that.
See,
I
what
thought
I
that'd
was
be
gonna
so
say is
cool.
that's exactly what I was gonna say is I didn't want more than one.
Yeah.
Like, because they were all the same.
Yeah.
So, like, you'd see, like, commercials on TV, or you'd see the back of the box, and it would be, like, the Turtles, Casey Jones, April O'Neil, and then, like, 10 Foot Soldiers. And every time I looked at that, I thought the same thing. I'm like, I don't want 10 of these. Like, it's
Yeah.
the same. I don't want 10. So I had one foot soldier.
Yeah.
And I would just then,
We
you
had
know,
a few.
but there were a million bad guys.
There were
Like,
a
you
million
could
bad
build
guys.
an army of bad guys
There were so
without
many
foot
bad guys.
soldiers.
I had no idea. I'd never seen them in a show. I didn't read the comic book when I was a kid.
I did.
I don't
the
even know if
Archie
they ever
comics.
showed
I
up
read
in
the
the
Archie
comics.
comics.
You know, some of these characters were just crazy off the wall.
I read the Archie comics. They
Yeah?
included most of the toys.
Most of the toys.
Yeah,
That's
Archie
cool.
comics were awesome.
I never knew where the toys characters came from, so it's good to know. There's
Well,
a
they
little
were
backstory.
they
I
were
can-
just based on toys.
Yeah, I
it
love
was
turtles, but I didn't know that much about
That was
them.
just Playmates making toys because they needed to sell more toys. They
Yeah.
weren't on the show, but the comic tried to include everybody. So you always saw the guys in the. There was actually a comic series called, I want to say it was Mutimals, like mutant animals,
Yeah.
and it included a lot of the characters you wouldn't like, the stingray, and
Yeah,
like
Ray
the
Flay.
cheetah, yeah, and the cheetah,
Cheetah, I don't remember his name.
and like just and the Mondo Gecko.
I love Mondo Gecko. I actually just bought a Mondo Gecko that I'd never seen before.
There's more than one.
Yeah. There's a toy store up in Lockport called Toys from Low. He's a pretty interesting character. He's a nice guy, but it's spent like an hour in his store. But he has a ton of really, really cool toys. It's worth
Okay.
going just to see even. But if you got some money to drop, you
Maybe
can
we
get
can
some
do a
toys.
show from there.
He might be up for that. He might be up for that. He
Oh.
likes cross promotional stuff. But I got a rock and roll Mondo Gecko that was like almost like a Woodstock variant. He's like wearing like a peace symbol, and he's wearing like hippie gear.
Oh, okay.
And he comes with a guitar and a little guy that
That sounds super familiar.
yeah. So you remember the original Mondo Gecko had a skateboard.
Yeah.
This one has a guitar that works like a scooter. Like it,
Yeah,
the,
that
the
sounds
guitar
super
handle.
familiar. I think I had that.
You
That
coulda had
sounds super
It's
familiar.
a pretty rare
I
figure.
had way too many Ninja Turtles.
It
back
sells
in the
for
day.
like $30-some, and Toys from Low gave me a pretty good deal on it, and I was
Okay.
happy to scoop it up from him. But he has a ton of Ninja Turtles. He has a ton of any toy you can think of from the '80s.
There you go.
He is and a ton of video games too.
Not even a
So it was a
sponsor
fun
of the
store.
show. Just Joe loves it.
Yeah,
Joe loves
I had a
that
good time
store.
there.
So
Yeah.
hopefully we can do cross promotion. Maybe Joe can get in contact with him.
He's even building an arcade and a museum.
Now that's
He's
what I'm
working on
talking
that.
about. That's the kind of stuff I like.
Yeah.
Now hopefully Joe can get in touch with them and we can do a show from there because I'd love to do a show from a store that's doing awesome old Ninja Turtles, arcade,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. So that sounds like a lot of fun. Better than the bunker or bakeries or this porch.
Yeah.
Not that we didn't have fun in these places that I'm mentioning, just I'd like to get on the road and do real stuff again.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
But anyway, I do remember Mondo Gecko had the skateboard, and I remember his tail, like
Had
this is
had
a little
roller skate
skateboard on it, right?
Yeah,
a little roller
tied
skate,
to his tail.
which was more to make him stand.
Yeah.
But
it
I
looked
do remember
cool.
that. Yeah, it looked
Yeah.
cool. And he was in the comic.
He was in
which
the cartoon a
I
couple
believe
times,
was
too.
was he?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that. I do
Pretty sure, I
remember.
could be wrong.
I believe the comic was called Mutimals.
Yeah.
And I may be pronouncing it wrong. I don't know. I'm just thinking mutant animals. But a lot of the characters were in there. There was also a comic series, a story they did in the comics where the Ninja Turtles are on another planet.
Yep.
And they have to fight, like wrestle all
Yep.
these other guys.
Yep.
That led, I believe, into the Mutimals series. That was part of the Archie comic series.
That makes sense.
I didn't read the real Ninja Turtle comics, the real ones that were
They're
before
pretty
the
violent
show. They
and
are.
good.
And
Very
I had
good. I recommend getting IDW. I think it is right. Or
Yeah.
Yeah. They actually have them compiled
Yeah.
into.
I have a bunch of the graphic
Catalogs.
novels that
Yeah,
and
they're
I
great.
used, but that's way later I got these.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I had the Archie comics was all I read. So I watched the cartoon, I bought the toys, I read the Archie comics. The Archie comics are fantastic. I don't care what anybody says, they were fantastic. If you ever
Mhm.
have a chance to go back into the back catalog of Archie Ninja Turtle comics, you will you love Ninja Turtles, so you
I
will
do.
love those
I do.
comics. They are cartoon based, they are goofy, they are ridiculous. If you like the cartoon show, you will love the Archie
I'm gonna have
comics.
to do that.
So
I'm gonna
you're
have to
gonna need
find
to go
'em.
back. I believe they're available in like
You probably read
huge
'em online,
like
too.
graphic novel versions where you get like 10 issues in one book. I believe you can buy those. I'm pretty sure they released those.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
also, I like to rapid fire on the show. Duran hates it, but I just move
I'm
when we
enjoying
do
this.
the show.
Yeah.
And this seems more like an interview as opposed to a co-host, but I'm okay with that. I just like to do things. Also, earlier tonight, because we've been hanging out all night.
Yeah.
It's now 2:30 in the morning. In case anybody's wondering why it's so dark, it is 2:30 in the morning. We decided, hey, let's film a show. Why not? So you are real big into the Wii U, the Nintendo
Oh my gosh,
Wii
yeah.
U.
Yeah, I need 3 more games, guys. 3 more games.
He has
Any leads on these 3 games, I would be very happy.
3. Yeah, they won't know what they are unless you tell them.
I can put them in the description in the bottom, but it's Cabela's Big Game Hunts, Wii Sports Club, and Wonderful 101.
Oh, you don't have Wonderful 101?
Yeah, it's a stupid common game, but I haven't found it for the
Okay.
right price or locally.
So, what I was going to say is, Joe is real big into the Nintendo Wii U. If you're not sure what the Wii U is, it is the system between the Wii and the Switch. So the Wii came out.
I like to say it's a prototype for the Switch.
You like to say that, but you're wrong.
Yeah.
So, because if the Wii U was successful,
It would have been fine.
it would have. There wouldn't.
And then we
it
might
wasn't
have
a,
never had the Switch.
It wasn't a prototype because
Yeah.
they didn't expect it to turn into anything else.
No.
So, the Wii came out and everybody bought it. Everybody loved the Wii.
Yeah.
Then the Wii U was coming out, and it's funny because I remember when they first announced it. I don't know if I was still doing the radio show with Anthony or not. Whether people out there
Who's Anthony?
are aware. Whether people are aware out there, before Tavern Talk, I used to do a radio show on WBNY called The Digital Ensemble with
It was a
the
pretty fun
gentleman,
time.
Anthony, Hang On, Get Ready, who does the theme song for our show, which you would have heard at the beginning and you'll hear at the end. He and I used to host a video game talk and music show at WBNY Radio called The Digital Ensemble. And when the Wii U was coming out, I had said to him, no one is going to buy this because everyone is going to think it's just an add-on
To the
for
Wii.
the Wii.
And add-ons
and-
had never done good.
Right, and he said, no, people know. I remember having a whole conversation about it. I was like, oh, dude, it's called the Wii U. People are going to think it's an add-on. It's not called the Wii 2. It's not called the Wii, Plus.
Yeah.
It's called the Wii U. People are going to think it's another add-on.
They
And
should
he
have
was
just
like,
called the Woo.
they should have called the Wii 2.
Or
Or
the
just a
Woo.
completely different name, the Woo.
Yeah. Instead of Wii U, just make it one word. Woo!
Wii U. And they could
No,
have Ric
woo!
Flair in the commercials. Ric Flair.
Oh my gosh,
Woo!
that would have been amazing.
Now that would have been
and
awesome.
if they had a wrestling launch title,
It would've
I don't
been
even
great.
think there's a wrestling game on the system.
On the
in America.
Wii U?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, you're probably right. I was going to say there's one on the Switch, but there's
Yeah.
not one on the Wii U.
There's a crappy one on the Switch.
Yeah, I
have
had
it.
it.
I got it from him.
I was gonna say you got it from me. So when it was coming out, I said I'm like people are gonna think it's an add-on. He was like,
Yeah.
oh no, it's pretty obvious. It's a new system, you
Yeah.
know. And
No.
we had a whole conversation about it. And then it came out, and people weren't buying it. And then they did a whole ad campaign explaining to people that it was a new system. Do you
Yeah.
remember this? Where the kids are like. They had like a bulletin board and they're like, it's a new system. Because the parents are like, what is it? An add-on? And they're like, no, it's a new system. And they got like the
Yeah.
bulletin board and the pointer. And it was like, as soon as that ad campaign came out, it was like, oh, this is a failure.
Yep.
The fact that they have to use a commercial
Explain
to
to you.
explain to people it's
Yeah.
not an add-on, you know it's not working.
It's a great system though, and partially it is like just an upgrade for a Wii.
Well,
in
all
some
systems
sense,
are an upgrade.
because it's backwards compatible and plays all your Wii stuff, and you can hook it up with HDMI. So the only way to play Wii games with an HDMI without some sort of crazy conversion stuff is just get a Wii U.
Well, I'll disagree with that, but I'll come back to it.
Oh,
So, but
Hot
in
take.
all systems are upgrades.
that's
The
true.
PS2 is an upgrade from PS1, and it played PS1 games.
Yeah.
The PS3 is an upgrade from the PS2. The problem is they were not clear enough. You called it Wii U.
I agree.
The Wii had so many attachments, so many extras, so many little gadgets. They all had Wii something in the name that it was way too confusing.
Yeah.
The name Wii should not have been included. Nintendo was so successful with the Wii, they thought they needed to use it, and because they thought they needed to use it, they confused the marketplace.
Yep.
Had the Wii U been called the Nintendo Switch, people would not have been confused.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is the Wii U definitely hooked up in HD because I had component cables.
It's component, but it's not HDMI.
It's not HDMI, but it's HD.
Yeah.
Because my Xbox 360 has component cables, and I can still do 1080p in component.
Yeah.
And the Wii could go to 720p, I believe, with
Mhm.
component. It's still HD. It's not HDMI, but it's HD.
Yeah.
So, I know people will, the fidelity and the whatever. It's HD. I don't care. It's still, you can still play Wii games in HD because I did it.
Yeah.
But either way, people were confused, and I remember people at work would always ask me about video games because I was like the only one at work as an adult. You know, I'm the only child in the room
Mm-hmm.
still playing video games. People would say, well, that's just an add-on, right? It's just a screen for it. People thought that screen thing, the controller,
That
was
was another
the
huge
add-on. They thought the
upset.
system was a Wii with that
Yeah.
controller.
Yeah. So that was a huge upset for me with the system when it came out too, because I really thought that everybody was going to be able to have a tablet controller, and I thought
Oh
that'd
no!
be really,
Right from
really
they
cool.
said right from the launch you wouldn't.
I know, but I thought that's how.
So you thought they were lying?
No.
So they said you can't do it, and you were like, yes, you can.
No, without seeing any videos or just with seeing an ad of it, you know, I hadn't done any research. I was actually out of video games for quite a while.
I don't believe
You know,
that.
I was.
I don't-
was.
You
When I
owned
started
all the
college-
Wii games but 3.
You
I
know,
don't
when
believe
I started college, I gave away almost all of my video games.
I know when
collection.
you started college, you stopped being friends with me.
Yeah, college does that.
Joe was like, I'm in college now, we're
and I
not
got married.
friends.
And I got married.
Joe said, I'm in college now, we're not friends. Now I'm married.
It's pretty much what happened.
And
It
I was
pretty
like,
quick.
dude, I'm married, we're still friends. And he was
Yeah.
like, not me.
Wah, wah.
And now we're like friends again.
Yay!
Because I wouldn't give up on him.
Aw.
Yeah, that's how I roll.
Aw.
But I did enjoy the Wii U.
I did.
I
did.
had one.
I do.
Gee, the one you had wasn't mine, right? Oh no, I
No,
saw
I
mine
bought-
to Anthony.
I bought mine from our buddy Mike, because he upgraded to Switch
Oh
before
right,
I
that's
could get
right.
one.
That's right.
And then I'm like, hey, I'll buy your Wii U off you.
That's right. And
And
he had games
He had
installed and
games
everything.
installed
yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
Yeah, yeah.
So he started my Wii U collection. I actually had a Wii U game before I had the system because I was super excited about playing Zombie U.
Yep.
And I still haven't played Zombie U.
It's not
And
that
I've
great.
heard it's a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say it's
I
not
played
good.
it on the Wii U. I had
Some people
it.
really like it.
I had the demo on the Wii U,
Mm.
and then I own it on the Xbox
Yeah.
One, and it's okay. It's
But
not. It's not. It was. When it came out, it was a cool idea. I
Mhm.
think it was executed poorly.
Yeah.
But it's a cool idea. I like the idea that when your character dies, he stays dead. When you die in the game, you get killed by a zombie. You start as a brand new character.
Yeah, and then you have to go find your old character to get your
Right.
stuff
To get
back.
all your gear back. I
Yeah.
think that's a great
That's about
idea.
the only thing I know about the game.
But I think the game, I think it was really poor execution. I don't think it was done. I think the idea is awesome,
Yeah.
but it was done very poorly. But I did, you know what I really enjoyed? Actually, we were talking about this earlier, and I never finished what I was saying. So, but not on the show, before the show.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Batman. On
Batman.
the
There's
Wii
two
U.
Batman games. Which one did you like more?
There's two?
Yeah. There's Arkham Origins and I can't remember the name of the other one.
Okay, well, it's an
There's
Arkham game.
armored. There's two. Yeah, there's two Arkham
Okay,
games.
there's two Arkham games.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so it's got to be Arkham Origins, I would guess. I didn't know
Yeah.
there were two.
I don't know what the other one
So,
is. Arkham City.
well, whichever one, I didn't know there was two.
I think
So
it's Arkham City and Arkham.
I would
Origins.
assume that both of them share the feature I enjoy. I would assume.
Okay.
I don't know this. If you're out there and you want to put it in the comments below, please do, because
Yeah,
I don't
chat
know.
us up, man. We'll talk to you.
Yeah, you can find us on Twitter. You know what? In fact, before I get into this, I'm gonna say you can find us on Twitter. I am at Keith White Jr. Keef,
I'm just at J Zullich, Zullich,
and it's gonna be down at the bottom of the screen.
Sure.
And you can also comment down in the comments here on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching somewhere else, how did this get wherever you are?
If you're watching this on a Zune, let us know how you did that.
On a Zune?
Yeah.
A Microsoft Zune?
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
Yeah. There's
So-
fans of Zunes out there. I
know
have
that-
3 of them. You know that?
Yeah, I believe you have 10 of them. Wouldn't surprise me. You have like a house full of junk. That doesn't surprise
I
me.
do have a house full of junk. My wife will tell you.
So anyway, maybe both Batman games have it. I don't know. I don't even know which one I played because I played all the Arkham games on multiple systems. But
Yeah.
whichever one I played, whichever the first one is, which is probably Arkham City, you could use the tablet controller was your map.
Yeah.
So I keep doing my hands down here. I don't know if you can see my hands, but the controller was like this big. It was a big tablet.
It was this big. It's huge.
It's not that big. So it's about this big. And the map, normally when you play, if anybody's played the Batman Arkham games out there, I don't know what crowd we're talking to right now. Every show has a completely different audience because we just talk to whoever. Nobody watches.
Wrestling fans.
Yeah, nobody watches
Cartoon
this show.
fans.
We're just talking to ourselves. Nobody
Yeah,
watches.
pretty much.
So in the Arkham games, you'd have to press a button, you would pull up the map. And you could see where in the city you were going or whatever in Arkham City. But on the Wii U, the map was all the time on the tablet.
Yeah.
You haven't played this, or you
I
have?
played a little bit of
Okay.
it. Yeah.
So the map is always there, and also Batman's helmet has a like an X-ray vision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could hold the tablet up to the screen
Mhm.
and move it around, and that would be the X-ray vision.
Yeah.
As opposed to having to hit a button on the controller and move like goggles around,
Yeah.
you just pick the controller, hit a button, and just start moving it around in X-ray. that was awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of
It
neat
is-
things with it.
It is the only game, and that's no offense to the Wii U, because you love the
I've
Wii
been
U.
having a lot of fun.
You
My
love-
son Joey has been playing a ton of Wii U.
And the Wii U is fun. You love the Wii U the way I love the Dreamcast.
Dreamcast is pretty
So
cool.
the
too. I was a
Dreamcast
fan.
is my favorite all-time video game
I thought
system.
the Saturn was.
No, it was until the Dreamcast came out.
That
The
makes sense.
Dreamcast had so
You got a
many.
Sega boy over here.
Oh God, yes.
I was a Nintendo guy. He was a Sega boy.
He was wrong.
We're both
So-
wrong. And we're both right.
Yeah, you know what? Sony fanboys probably are winning the day, and PC
Really?
gamers at
Oh,
this
the
point.
Master Race?
Yeah, the Master Race and the
Yeah.
Sony fanboys are the ones winning the day today
I don't
because
know about that.
Sega fans became Microsoft fans, and Xbox is losing, and Nintendo is, and now with the Switch is doing okay, but they
Yeah.
were losing for a long time. So anyway,
Well, Microsoft is Sega now, right? Too. It's some weirdness with that. in
I
Japan.
don't know what's going. We actually talked about this on the show.
Yeah,
I
I
talked about
remember.
it with Duran.
That's where I heard about it.
Oh, there you go. I don't know what's going on with that. I haven't heard that. That was a rumor for a while that
Yeah.
Sega was going to run the
Microsoft
Xbox
in
launch
Japan.
in Japan. I don't know what happened
We'll
with
see.
that.
Did you hear
Smart move.
a giant Sega arcade is closing in Japan?
I did hear
I was
that.
sad about
Very
that.
sad.
I
Very sad.
just saw it today.
Yeah.
A friend of mine posted it.
That was like the biggest arcade in Japan, from what I understand.
That's what I saw.
But Sega's not the company it once was.
Yeah, it's true.
If you look at Sega
They're still
back when they
pretty cool.
were, yeah, but they're owned by Sammy now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that happened years ago, like right
Yeah.
after the Dreamcast. After the Dreamcast, Sammy bought Sega, and they're just not the company they were. If you look at the games Sega releases nowadays, it's
all
not.
very
They used to
kiddie
take a lot.
cartoony
Yeah, they
stuff.
used to take a lot of chances. Like
Yeah.
even the Dreamcast, you look at a lot of the games that came to the U.S.
I mean, they still do that now. There's Bayonetta. Is a pretty good game. that was-
It's a
thing-
great game. It's a great game.
Yeah.
I loved Bayonetta. In
weird.
fact,
It is a weird game.
Bayonetta 2 I got from you on the Switch.
Yep.
And Bayonetta 2 is one of the reasons I wanted to switch, because
Yeah.
I had the demo on the Wii U, and I never had gotten the game because I could never find it anywhere
Really?
back then.
Oh, yeah,
now
it
it's
It
more
was a
common
little-
now.
It was a little rare, and sometimes people charge a little more for
Right.
it. If you, just to interject for a second, I'm not a huge GameStop fan, but they do have some great deals for the
He
Wii U.
hates GameStop.
Yeah, I love the employees there, except for one.
Well, I
He's
didn't-
kind of a jerk.
I didn't say.
But
Of the whole company worldwide, there's only one you don't like?
in our area, I have enjoyed talking with every employee except for one. He is a complete jerk, and I hope he goes away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strong words. Strong words. So, anyways,
I was going to say, you were going somewhere.
they have some great prices on their website with sales on Wii U games. So if you want to start a Wii U collection, that's where I recommend starting to get a bunch of your stuff, the cheaper stuff out of the way. Order it off their website, and they're really good about if there's an issue or anything, you're not getting the case you want or there's a problem with the game, they'll let you return it. So
I will say, Joe, right now, not to break the fourth wall, but how much time are we at right now?
I have no idea.
I can't see that from here.
Hold on.
I didn't want. That's why I didn't want.
28 minutes.
See, I didn't want to do that. I
Yeah,
was
I
hoping
did.
you could see it from here, so
I
that
was
we didn't
pretty
have to
sure
do
it was 28 minutes, but
So what we're gonna do is, what I'd like to do is do another episode for next week.
then
We're
we can
gonna,
do that.
because I'd like to get into a little bit about game collecting and stuff. But we're already at the half hour mark,
Yeah.
and I don't want to go too. We
Yeah.
try to do a half hour, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it here, and then we're gonna be back next week with another episode with Mr. Zullich and myself. And we're gonna talk. I did want to talk a little bit about game collecting because I think we have different ideas of what game collecting are.
Oh yeah, there's all different game collectors out there, and I really enjoy meeting a lot
Right.
of
So
them.
I'd like to talk to you about that because my idea of game collecting is very different than yours.
He loves to play them. I love to collect them.
So I like to collect them too, but we'll get into that next week. So what I wanted to do is, if that's cool with you,
This
I
is
wanted to
super
come
cool.
back next week. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it here. We'll be back next week. I am international best-selling children's author Keith White Jr. without any alcohol. We're not in a tavern, but that's okay because this is Tavern Talk 716. This is
Joe from Buffalo.
Joe from Buffalo, and I guess we'll see you next week.
Have a good night. Or day. Whatever it is.
Well, it could be anything.
Yeah.